understand that there's a certain curvature that you can complement. Wind moves a certain way. Water moves a certain way. Undulations of waveforms and circular motion. You know, Tai Chi is not a bad idea to learn Tai Chi, Qigong, anything like that. Qi, you know, tapping into prana, tapping into, you know, that ether potential that's in there. Even if it takes you one session in the morning to kind of see where you are, try to do some progress, get some results, and then let go of it for a few hours and then come back later. Next, what you see is an environment that functions differently, and it may be you, the period of time that you spent cleansing your mind from the ego chatter, connecting with principles and techniques of self-mastery in terms of metaphysical connection with nature. You will become a little step more aligned with nature. So that's where the fine thing is that happens there. You know, the fining, the sharpening of the self throughout a period of the day, not just like once a week. You're literally interacting with nature and reality all the time. So why not practice these principles in any reality creation that you do? You're engaging with the world and you're moving through time and space is moving through you, ebbing as you move, and there's radiating frequencies all around you. You see only 1% of reality, and you judge your ability to be one with nature based upon the 1%, which is just the frozen thought of creation, that material that is frozen. But what if you animate it? Things start becoming fluid and dynamic. And through the process of using your avatar, using certain techniques and principles that align you, you're able to not only access energy, but also channel it, accelerate it, raise it, amplify it, enhance it, and then also reduce it, destroy it. All these different things that you are able to do. And I believe you can. It's just a matter that you have to prove yourself right. I can't do any of that for you. You're the one who's supposed to go out there and listen to nature. And then once you start listening to it, it suddenly begins flowing again. And then that dynamic of relationship of you responding and it's speaking, and then you speaking and it's responding. And how do you have that dynamic exchange that leads to that acceleration? Kind of like when you have somebody that you're attracted to, and then through that attraction, you start bouncing off each other, you start pinging, and you each are pressing on the accelerator and getting things to move, build. What happens when one of you has a doubt, has a fear, has an insecurity? Suddenly you break, but the person who's trying to accelerate suddenly doesn't understand that, but starts getting cues from you that you're breaking. Is like, why are you resisting? Why are you breaking? That resistance creates friction, and that friction leads to gridlock. And the gridlock prevents energy circulation. Experiences like these often raise more questions than answers. What is consciousness? Can our perception influence the environment around us? And how do experiences like this fit into a broader understanding of ourselves and nature? These are the questions I explore in my publication, Evolution Through Nature. Drawing from the knowledge and personal experience I've gained through years of training in the Evolved Ministry teaching system, I write about the intersection of consciousness, nature, healing, and human potential. Like to go beyond the demonstrations and explore the ideas behind them, you'll find a link to Evolution Through Nature in the description below. So keep that in mind in terms of the dynamics of and the mechanics of acceleration and deceleration. How do you decelerate a situation? You stop what you just did and you shift to something else, and you change the flow of energy, like I just did. It's no longer me just flowing with this, it's me engaging with that part of me that channels my, I don't know, insight, wisdom, knowledge. Hopefully it's wisdom for you. Hopefully this is insight for you. Hopefully you are mature enough to see certain things as true when you see them. That's what at least this is my opinion. So if you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear about it. Please share it. And I always encourage people to challenge my beliefs and my opinion, but be willing to hear me out too. You know, I'd surprise you. I could reason a different reality that I've seen and see whether maybe that is relatable. If it helps, then wow, nice. I don't want you to be spinning your wheels out there thinking that one thing is true when in reality it was all a lie. And then when you're really consumed by that lie, you're in a paradox. You lowered your frequency, you're no longer in the space of reality, what really is, but you're deluded by Maya, this veil of illusion, of you thinking that something is a reality when it's not. So, I'm here to be honest and helpful. And I hope you can see that. Authenticity, I am really here to help you. I've spent over a decade honing this connection with nature and learning it, and I recognize it as essential because for some reason I've always felt like I should be able to do this. Why am I not able to do this? And it's because A, this incarnation I didn't have a chance to learn it, which is I'm doing it right now. That's why I probably was attracted to all this. But second of all, it's me practicing and honing that and actually developing that skill. And that's the important part, actually developing it. And remembering your unity with creation, and that creation itself you can have a relationship with it, and you can accelerate, and you can bounce off each other and build, and then you essentially create creation together, because you're both are necessary parts of the whole. Right? I think so. What do you think? Share with me your opinion. What do you think? I'd be happy to hear. Here, guys, you will see that I had lost my connection. Essentially, I was talking so much that engaging that left brain really took me out of my zone, changed something within me that I needed to recalibrate from. So as you will see that I'm getting some minor results, but it's really not getting there, and it's going to be like this for a little bit of time before I have that breakthrough. So just keep watching. I'm sharing with you this entire clip so that you can see that I'm not adulterating this clip in any way to show myself as capable beyond what I really am, that I have a certain level of knowledge, a certain level of ability, and this is me applying the principles and techniques that lead me to success. I guess I got too involved. I lost my connection here. So what do you do? What I do, I take a moment and I recalibrate. That's what you got to do every time. Every time. This is a practice, and you have to be serious. There's exercises you have to do. So what I'm doing here is essentially reconnecting with the environment. I lost my connection. It's not as reactive and responsive. So what I'm doing is I'm reaching out to the energy in the environment. And as you can see, I'm reestablishing some movement. The movement is happening, I'm building it. However, I'm not getting the same level of responsivity that I'm looking for. So, for that purpose, I'm just shifting around and looking for areas where I could draw from, and seeing how the responsivity builds and then wanes, and then I need to shift and align myself back with nature and get out of my head and reaffirm the fact that I am connected, and steadily build it until I get to the point where I do make that breakthrough, where I have that push, where I'm getting the results that I'm looking for. Because I drew it from there. Yeah, wasn't that fun? Whether you view experiences like this as coincidence, environmental sensitivity, or something more, the deeper question remains the same. What is the relationship between consciousness and the world around us? Exploration begins when assumptions end.